But I gotta go away for a few days. I'm going to the Midwest Reprap Fest. Don't worry, I left you a bunch of food. That's right. Look how big you are. You're huge. Several hours later, and we are here in Goshen, Indiana. Goshen sounds like some sort of biblical name. Anyway, we're in the large building of the county fairgrounds. There's a Canadian flag here for some reason. Even though I think they originally were limiting this to 500 people, I don't think they're gonna hold fast to that necessarily, but way more space, and it's in one big contiguous building. So my buddy Chris, he's a sponsor, so he's up against the wall, and we got here first, so I just kind of assumed he would like this spot, and I designed him this banner, and then my buddy Mike, who works at a sign shop, printed it. And then over here we have my friend Mike. He might remember some of my movies. And then we have Jack and his twin brother, and they're helping Mike unplug his printer. This is the printer that we had in the video, the $150 3D printer. Then I just gave it to my buddy because I thought he might like printing. Any luck, guys?
Yeah, we're heating it up. We're going to take the nozzle off and run the...
You're on camera. I'm not even going to get your permission. I don't care.
Then run the Bowden tube.
Do we need a new tube?
Back down in. Well, we're going to see if we can... it in, make sure it's clear in the bottom.
Sometimes...
Because that needs to butt up against the nozzle.
Right, otherwise you might miss.
You want to make sure all the plastic's out of there, so when it goes together, you don't have any gap.
There's
a gap here, it'll cause the filament to clog up every time.
It looks like some of it did, like it leaked a little bit.
It may have, yeah, or that may have just been in there.
Yeah, I have one like this as well, and sometimes it's hard to feed it through this through this extruder. This is
3 over there.
all right, but you guys got a 5-color printer over there. Wow, we can zoom all the way in. Look at that. Look at how far that can zoom. Look at that.
Now there's going to have 5 models.
Yeah, I can spy on you.
We're designing and building.
I'm gonna send the designs to China.
Right there on that
Oh yeah.
Which is like this.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna walk. I'll be back, guys. Have fun. Good. Thanks for your help. I caught you printing one of my Thingiverse items. Who are you? You're the man with no name.
Oh yeah, I forgot to write my name. Hi, I'm James Lynch with Antithesis Labs.
Here's my left hand. And so, coincidentally, yeah, it's my chip clip, right?
Yeah, it is. It's a really good little test object for my device here. It's just a little 4-inch printer that really has printed rails, printed basically everything, honestly.
So, can I grab it here?
No. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you didn't. I noticed basically everyone did, so I put that on the top.
It's like no step, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was actually where I got the idea on planes. Yeah, but it runs all on 608 RS bearings, so it's really easy to repair. Just really easy to set up, really easy to use in any sort of situation. One of the things I have in mind for this is like robotics teams. It's a very portable machine. Even more portable because the TSA decided to break that control panel off the back, off the side there.
We gotta admit, if this was a handle, that would help with portability. Portability.
Yeah, it would. I've been looking.
Then you can print portobello mushrooms. Yeah. I'll be here while we try the veal. I'm sorry, what were we saying?
Yeah. No, but so since these are just M8 bolts, and this is it's supported all on M8 rods, but it's interchangeable with 5/16 inch.
Oh, so you've got these skate bearings, for lack of a better term, and you're actually just running right on the material.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, did you sand it, or did it just become smooth?
So what this does is most printed rail designs, they print them vertically, straight up, and that means every single bit of seat wobble, comes into the print.
Yeah.
But these are printed horizontally, so it actually runs in the grooves formed by the layer lines.
Oh, nice. Yeah, because otherwise you'd be fighting against the styrations of the layers.
Exactly. And so as long as you have an extruder that can give a pretty even pressure, you can actually make very smooth rails.
And you're running this with the Pi 400?
I'm actually running it off the laptop. The Pi is running my banner back there.
Oh, that's a projector? It looks like an Echo or
I know,
Amazon.
doesn't it? It's just a little, it's my little Anchor Nebula.
Wait, what was your name again?
I'm James Lynch.
James.
Yeah.
That name sounds familiar.
Does it? Oh.
Are you like on YouTube or something?
I'm not, actually.
But you have Antithesis Labs.
Yes.
So your arch nemesis would be just a lab?
I guess so, yeah. Or it would be Orderly Library, I suppose.
Awesome. Well, great little machine. Is this?
Yeah.
Oh, this is. Can I take one?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or would you rather a kid take it and like become?
Oh, no, I have a huge box of them.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna stick this on my printer.
Oh, awesome.
All right, thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
The tables haven't filled up yet. I guess they were like loaded for bear. I think they were saying 500 people. So we're gonna get out of here and try to get some cheap pizzas. They actually have hot and readies that are still only $5 here in Goshen. So we're gonna get that, and then hopefully no one else tries to talk to us. I mean, not that I mind, but it kind of slows things down sometimes. This is so awesome. Goshen, Indiana still has $5 hot and ready Little Caesars pizza. So we went and bought some. And I have not yet even looked around this place, but maybe later. I think it might be time for a beer too. There's Chris and Mr. Zerf. No, Zerf's wife's husband. Yeah, got it. Looks like we have more tables than we'll possibly need, which is good. There's some smiling guy there. Some other guy. Oh, you're on camera. I'm not even gonna, yeah, I don't care. This guy's on camera too. Yeah, so, oh, E3D. Actually, I'm using their nozzle on my printer. Okay, I need to make an ice run for the booze, but then after I do that, then I think I'll finally try to take a look around here. We're going with Spotted Cow, Joe beer, and some nice Scotch ale. Ben wouldn't do any singing on the road, would he? Closing time. One last call for 3D printing. So finish your banshee or squid. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but last summer I know what you did. So yeah, it's about 9 o'clock, so I think we have to like get out of here. Yeah, we drank a few beers and actually printed some parts, and yeah, one of the viewers stopped by and hooked me up. So now I have one more TI-83 Plus calculator. And the reason why those are good is because the LCD screen is really easy to interface with. So I have a couple more of these screens at home, and I'm going to use them to make my own programmer's calculator in a future episode. All right, well, I guess we'll see you tomorrow when the show really kicks off.
Right. So I do that all the time. It's parts and disappear. I got a slow action camera that does like 8 to 12 hours later.
Okay.
It's day 2, aka day 1 of Reprap Fest. There are outlets hanging from the ceiling. And Mike, what causes these sweaty floors?
Condensation.
But why does it happen in this building?
Oh, it's because they didn't put plastic under the concrete when they originally built the building, so when you get these really humid days, it pulls up through the concrete.
Oh, instead of being trapped under the ground?
Yeah, well, it's also in the air too, and the concrete's cooler, so...
So it's like the edge of a glass.
Yeah, it's coming both ways.
Oh, lovely. Pretty popular model. This is one by Joseph Prusa. I'm assuming he's not here because he lives in Europe, but he's usually here. But yeah, I think it's a pretty solid machine. Like some of these have like a flexible bed, so magnetic flexible bed. You pull up the bed and you just like flex it and the part pops off. Yeah, nice. Yeah, these Creality enders are super popular. Like tons of people have them here.
That's an ender as well as reality.
Yeah, this is one of the beefier ones. Yeah, Creality is the company, Ender is the model.
How you doing?
So this is a i3 made of wood?
Yeah, pretty much. It's her printer, actually.
Oh,
You built it.
So,
did you design it yourself?
no, my friend Shane Graber came up with this one. So it's a Graber i3.
My mind thought grabber, but one B missing.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So the idea was it was all a laser cuttable frame that you could do, and then just put the bare minimum, as much laser cut as possible.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And now you're using these linear rails as support as well?
Yeah, it's support and your rails, obviously. Yeah.
These Z-rods look a little thin. Is there any reason for that?
They're cheap from the hardware store.
That's a they're probably English.
Yes, which
So you had to convert to metric.
yeah. So your ideal layer height is 0.2011 millimeters
Right.
instead of 0.2, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Little details like that on it, but
Awesome.
print's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah. You don't see many wooden printers these days.
yeah, everybody's going to aluminum like this monstrosity, but yeah, this is.
Is this a custom Delta printer?
Yeah, so another friend of mine made the frame, and then yeah, it's all cobbled together. Everything I have is cobbled together.
That's cool. There's a cute robot here, but it probably is evil. See, it's trying to be all cute, but it's actually scanning the weakest humans so it can take them out in order, like a Terminator. Also, it's Indiana Jones. So this is for like Shaquille O'Neal to listen to music?
Yeah, basically. Yep. It is fully functional, Bluetooth.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yep.
Did you-
Design files are online. I found no one else has a good step model of an AirPod. They're all meshes that have been scaled up. So, yes, I got Joel to sign it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What else do you have here?
Well, we brought our 2 custom builds.
Oh, nice.
And then that's the little mechanical robot. It runs on a Wii remote.
Oh, you got the multi-directional wheels?
Yep, exactly. And sadly, it shuts off after 30 seconds because of some code error. But otherwise, yes, we've got that. And a larger robot below the table, which is more fun to drive and a bit more powerful.
Oh, that looks like a battle bot.
Oh, those are the connectors I'm looking for.
Well, you should ask them about it then, since you're right here.
Those larger disconnects, where do you find those?
The what?
The larger disconnects for your power, where do you find those?
Standard parts for first robotics competition robots.
Yeah, so this is built with FRC components, but I believe those are Anderson. There are some Anderson connector.
Okay.
That's a PCB mill, and did you make it from scratch or modify a printer?
Modified a printer.
Okay.
Yeah. Old school Turnigy fabricator.
What's the bit diameter?
1/8" shank down to 0.8 mil. Just
0.8 mil or millimeter?
0.8 millimeters. Sorry.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah, hopefully get one running here.
How do you generate the files for it?
Eagle PCB,
Right, and how do you turn them into G-code?
flat cam.
Flat cam?
Yeah.
So flat cam takes a Gerber and turns it to G-code.
Exactly.
That's good to know.
Yeah, that really simple program does well. You can generate the drill files and everything then from there.
Can I pick it up?
Oh, absolutely, yep. Yeah, hardest thing with the 3D printer convert is the Z height. Such a thin layer.
Of copper, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But you can see this one here, I was going a little overzealous and it was driving down in.
Eventually, if someone nails this is like, as Indiana Jones said, the holy grail of like maker stuff.
Yeah.
You know, to make your own PCBs.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, oh, it's so cheap. You get it from Ocean Park in a week or China in 2 weeks, but it's different than doing it in your own home.
And you got to be good. You know, that's the thing. It's like I'll send off and get it for $2 from JLPCB.
Yeah.
Have it back a day and realize I need a revision. You know, so it's like.
It's made of toothpicks, or no, popsicle sticks.
Yeah, it's completely recycled. Even electronics.
Oh, that's a disk drive,
Yeah.
CD drive actuator.
Yep.
Head actuator. Oh yeah, you're. Oh my god. Well, except for the head.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Yeah, there's a worm. This is what tracks on a CD player, up and down. Oh my god. Wow, this is like a Mad Max kind of machine.
Oh, okay.
This printer appears to be made out of 1970s stereo equipment.
Not always.
Are you supposed to be Mega Man?
Yeah, Mega Man.
Mega Man, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, Mega Man's good. Oh, there's a...
I'll give you this one too.
So we found a Holy Grail machine. It's a hopper for old crappy filament. It's got a filostruder, big heater chamber. It's coming down here. We got an opto, which we think is a take-up opto, so it knows how fast to draw it. So there's one static emitter and 2 sensors, so it knows if it's dragging or or not. This is actually pulling it. Not sure. This is probably a tensioner. And then this is the cool part. They have a servo with an arm, so they can control how it winds onto the spool. That is cool. Mike, that's not actually motorized. It's got a potentiometer behind it, so it's probably sensing the tension and then using that with a pid loop along with this to figure out the right speed at which to drag it. So it's basically sensing it before and after the motor control. That is cool.
That is really neat.
All aluminum construction?
Yeah.
Wow, this thing must be solid as a rock and heavy as heck. Oh yeah, see Mike, it's so sturdy they can get away without having a frame on top. Awesome.
Yeah, well, no, they didn't router that. Look at the corners.
Did it by hand? Well, are there tool marks on it? This has tool marks on it. Here.
Yeah, that was routed.
Wow, this thing must cost a pretty
Maybe
penny.
a water jet.
Oh yeah.
A water jet.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get those sharp corners around.
Oh yeah, because bits are round. Yeah, I think you're right. It's Joe Telling, the 3D printer nerd. He's a real YouTuber, unlike me, because I don't care anymore. Looks like he came here all the way from, I think he lives in Seattle. So there's other YouTubers here. Look at, he has a monopod and a microphone. I can't compete with that. Creeper photo. All right, so this guy's named Brian. Yep. He was asking on Twitter. He's like, "Where are you, Ben? I want your autograph." And I'm like, "I'm still asleep." Anyway, he has this strange thing. What is this?
It's what we use when we go to intubate patients at the hospital when we go to put breathing tubes down. And it's got a built-in lights and camera and HDMI port on the back.
And it's single use only.
Single use, so they get thrown away. So, like you said, healthcare is expensive because of stuff like this.
Well, and also all the insurance you must carry.
Yeah, and this is actually branded Glide Scope.
And by that I mean the hospital, not the patient.
That's it.
So you want me to take this apart and see what's inside? Now, how many people's throats has this one? Well, just one person's throat. Okay.
One, and then I fully disinfected it before I.
So I won't get hand COVID.
Correct.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, this would be a great teardown video. Be like Dave Jones, 5-minute teardown. This goes right down your gullet. Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It looks like a pipe.
It kind of
It's
does.
like, oh, Bilbo Baggins. Oh, here we go.
Bilbo Baggins, I haven't seen you in 50 years. The finest weed in all of the hospital.
Oh yeah, you could probably make this into a bong, right? Video demonetized for drug paraphernalia use. But I'm not gonna make this into a bong. Video remonetized. I'm gonna take all of them.
Yeah. I get them for free. We throw them away.
Free asterisk. Help.
The patient has now paid for us to have some fun.
Was that? I am Tom Cruise, inventor of the hover-round. You can get a hover-round scooter at no charge to you, asterisk, except for the Medicare you paid your whole life.
Correct.
Well, sure, I'll exploit the medical system. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep, you're welcome.
So this is my friend Chris Kraft. We've been working on print stuff for like what, probably
2009.
12 years.
Yeah.
So we were in it at the very beginning. And your first printer was that McWire?
McWire, yeah. Reprap is what they called it. It's like, it's supposed to be just good enough that you can print the parts for its replacement.
And it had like a maker bot style extruder head.
Yeah.
And then so, what was 2009? I was making the Bill Paxton pinball machine.
Yeah.
And then we tried to print an Apollo command module. Can you show us the piece from what, 2009, right?
2009. So
Let's
yeah,
see it.
you designed the model and then printed it, or I printed on the McWire, tried smoothing it a bit. And yeah, it's pretty rough, but I mean, it looks like something, you know.
But then you printed the same model with a modern machine.
So then later I took the very same model and printed it on my current printer, and as you can see, it looks significantly better. Like the details are there. And
yeah, because those details were always there. They just didn't resolve on the McWire.
Correct, yeah. Like you can kind of tell how some of the details are there, they just don't resolve. Now, someone might look at this now and say, well, it's jaggedy, but that's because
SketchUp, wasn't it?
Yeah, SketchUp
Yeah.
couldn't do proper curves at the time. So
This had, because I was gonna make this slide along a wire, right? Like
yeah, there was a hole in the
it was
front.
gonna go to the moon.
Yeah,
So yeah, there was a hole in the middle so this thing could advance, but I never put that in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to put 3D printed parts in pinball machines back in 2009.
Yep.
And then Chris, well, no, I was gonna say I can't believe he kept it, but no, it makes sense.
yeah, because
I'm
it's
glad
like
you did.
what's fascinating to me is that these are exact same models. So what you're literally looking at is a difference of roughly maybe 10 years in technology capabilities of a printer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a different world back then. Remember like wrapping nichrome wire around brass bolts?
Yep. And yeah, just trying to keep things working, and everything about it was, you couldn't buy a board.
Anything really.
No, yeah. So like in that case, I built my own reflow oven so that I could reflow boards to make the board to control. Now you can go on Amazon and just buy a, ramp speed.
You kids today don't know how good you got it. These are Delta printers. They are very cool. Delta printers are used for fast tracking robot movement, like, oh look, here comes a bunch of potato chips off the fryer. The Delta robot will pick up the burnt ones. Now the one thing with Delta 3D printers is the Delta head can move a lot faster than it can extrude, so that's kind of a limiting factor, but there's a whole bunch of Delta printers here. Varying shapes and sizes. Wow, it's my favorite Star Wars character, Bib Fortuna. Oh, that's cool. It's like it's got a real plant in it?
Yeah, spider plant.
Nice. Oh, and that's that Firefly, right?
Right.
Another Prusa. Signed by him. Die, baby Mario, die! I like this one better. Feed me, Seymour! Yeah, I want blood! Ah, nice! My favorite Star Trek prop.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gandalf used that.
Yeah, he used this to shoot Voldemort, right?
Right? Yeah, normally it lights up, but I don't have the remote. But it still looks cool. Just in there. It's compact.
This one's cool.
It's from
like what?
It's from Netflix's Castlevania show.
Oh, yeah, that was a good show.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
I just grabbed the
It's like, hey, let's just adapt the story of the game, and whoa, heaven forbid, it made a good show. This one's cool. It's like something from like God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
I realized.
I'm hungry, boy.
Oh, some of these parts can actually go together, so I stuck
Just
something
felt
together.
like making something Viking-y.
Yeah.
And it just did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there's from Skyrim.
Oh, it's like a claymore.
Yeah, it's like a.
The world's lightest sword.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was before that was one of my earlier works, which is why it doesn't look as good. But yeah, with these, this is my newer stuff.
Yep.
And these are actually a little.
Is that Warhammer?
No, it's from Edge of Tomorrow. You ever watch that movie?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing Emily Blunt was holding.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of Tom Cruise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, so this one's heavier than that one, just because like it needs to be balanced. So I put a bunch of resin and metal pieces in the handle here.
So it's a UN issue sword.
Sort of. It's a helicopter blade that they turn into a sword.
It would be the rear blade.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like that's a little short for a helicopter blade. I was like,
It's a little short for a stormtrooper.
yeah.
I'm Emily Blunt. I'm British. My husband is Jim Halpert. Die time, monsters, die! I'll send you to A Quiet Place 2, now in theaters.
This better not be JJ Trek.
Reactive.
Oh, inject some bleach into my veins. This does not look like the cup of a carpenter. It's a maker bot.
Replicator 1.
I still have mine. Did you know that Brie Pettis single-handedly invented 3D printers after he gave birth to Jesus Christ?
Pretty much.
Yeah. He 3D printed a womb inside of him so he could give birth to Jesus, and then
60 years after 3D printing was actually invented.
he built a time machine and went back in time and helped Sarah Connor invent 3D printing. Quite literally a brain puzzler.
I left one side as the key.
Is this chunky Warner Brothers Godzilla? Looks like it.
Yeah,
Chunky thighs.
the new one.
Yeah.
Chaos Tech did. Hey, this is cool. So Maker Geeks' little Phil, their little mascot Phil for Maker Geeks.
Okay.
So they were like, hey, how small can you print them? I'm like, I don't know, how's 11 millimeters on a stock Prusa MK3S.
Oh wow, that's not resin. That's pretty impressive.
0.4 nozzle, 0.05 layer height at about 15 to 20 speed. Yeah.
Oh, I know what this is. That's great. Never had that happen. What this is the print globbed up on the print head and stuck to it, which is why you've got the hot end sheathing embedded in the plastic. Then they pulled it up and turned it into a worm.
Hello, I'm a worm. Yeah, just a worm. Goodbye. Come on in. Meet the missus.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
Engine finger squad. Now we have the power of one whole hand.
Yes.
So what did you do to yours?
As soon as I came in yesterday,
Oh,
crutches with one leg,
oh yeah, I remember you.
I wiped out right there.
The wet floor.
Yes, the floor that's excreting water. So it's a
Because
rare
they
event.
didn't put down a barrier when they poured the foundation.
No.
Well, well, is it all right?
It's somewhat workable, but it's not the number one finger, so I can't call people number one. So.
This is like a R2-D2 tank?
Yeah, pretty much. You got the Arduino inside controlling some NeoPixels and
nice.
LEDs. These are color changing LEDs in here. And then if you peek around down in here, you'll see one that's for MP3 player Arduino on the side.
So you can make noise?
Yep. I still have to program it. And then you got the 3 motors for the tread.
Oh, then you've got your wire bushing here.
Yep, slip ring. I unglued it because people kept in mind seeing the dome. You got 3 speed controls for the treads and for the.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's fully mobile.
Do you are the Arduinos using ADCs to read the commands from the wireless?
Not yet. That's what the one for this one will, for this speakers.
Yeah, because that basically sends. Well, no, that sends servo pulses.
Yes.
So you need a input capture for that.
Yeah. So I have to use the toggle switches, and then it'll just. So when I send the signal, it'll just do a series of sounds. Here I am, Tripod's Garage on YouTube.
What is this printer?
This is a Kaiwu Tycoon.
Wanhu?
What?
Oh, Kaiwu.
Kaiwu 3D.
I've never seen one of these before.
Yeah, I figured that everyone's going to be bringing their own printers here, and this is something different. So it's,
Can this fold up and make it into like
that would be awesome.
Yeah, make it into like a rectangle, you know? Like
you know what? I didn't even think about that until you said it. Maybe you could reverse engineer this.
Oh, this is taller than that, but not too bad.
No.
That's kind of neat. They got little herring handles here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like this part could go down into there. Then this would go up into there. That'd be like Iron Man, you know?
Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah. So
you liking it so far?
Yeah, it's printing up and it's actually surviving pretty good here. So
with the humidity, or
the humidity, it just destroys.
It's not just
filament.
a gosh. Oh yeah, we had some filament break earlier.
Yeah. So it's holding up pretty well.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's and like I said, I've been following you since GeoCities and screensavers and all that.
Yeah, people probably think the GeoCities thing is a joke, but nope.
Nope. I can account for it because
have you noticed? We're probably about the same age. Have you noticed young people think the internet started in 2009?
Well, Al Gore invented it.
Well, Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, people can't even picture. They think nothing before Facebook existed.
No,
It's
exactly.
it's so ridiculous.
Well, we were used to blogs and you know, and forums.
But then the old engineers would be like, these people didn't think the internet existed in 1995.
We had to write a novel.
Yeah.
And with just a few pictures because it was a pain to place those pictures in certain areas. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, sometimes people will be like, oh, you know, on your website you used to have like these funny images and stuff. It's like, yeah, I did that because YouTube wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah,
and this is what you could do with the bandwidth. And nowadays, kids with their gigamegs and their super hyper fiber whatever, they don't know how hard it was. Well, thanks for showing me this. This is pretty cool.
It's been a pleasure, Ben.
It's a fail monster again, right?
Yep. Marshmallow.
What the heck is going on here? You're interviewing Beer? Mr. Beer, what do you think about what's going on in Syria? I'm so drunk. I'm sorry.
No, it's great. We're going to be broadcasting actually in about 50-ish minutes.
Oh, like a live stream?
Yeah, we're the official live stream of Mirth.
Makers on tap.
Yes.
I get it.
So.
And you 3D printed a tapper handle.
Oh yeah, no, that was made by Louise, who does all the dragon designs and everything. She made that especially for us.
That's not 3D printed?
Oh no, it is 3D printed.
Oh, I was gonna say, what's it doing here if it's not 3D printed?
That's half this equipment is 3D printed. No, we're going to be broadcasting like for a while, and we're going to be bringing on guests who can like sit over there and talk to us about all the cool stuff that they're doing. We're going to be walking around with the camera here soon, talking to people about all their projects that they brought.
I thought it was a fire extinguisher for a second.
No, it's fully carbonated. It's not alcoholic. You want some?
What is it?
It's hop tea. So it's tea made with hops.
Tea made with hops?
Oh yeah. No, it is good stuff. Like,
it's like a first-person video game.
Oh yeah.
That is really interesting. It's carbonation in it too.
Oh yeah. No, this is CO2. It's fully carbonated, all that kind of stuff. You guys want some?
Yeah, it tastes like tea mixed with hoppy beer mixed with Sprite, but with no sugar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he is. He's hiding.
Well, I guess I just call it a conveyor belt printer, but it prints at 45 degrees and then it moves down the conveyor belt. So you can print very long things, and also they'll fall off the end, so you can kind of automate the process as well. Was that a good description? All right, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. I didn't realize they made one of these yet.
Yeah.
I think I saw the first one of these like 4 years ago here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the white knight.
It was like all white colored, I think. Yeah, I remember that. Very cool. It looks like they've hired a Joseph Prusa stunt double. Wait, upon closer inspection, this is the Wish.com version of Joseph Prusa.
Yes.
You're not some guy from, what country is he from? Czechoslovakia?
Yeah, I'm not checked out.
You're not checked. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What year is this? Who uses camcorders?
I make YouTube videos still. On occasion.
On occasion.
Look at that. I still got my lightning fast reflexes. So, this is Fairgrounds. So this would be like where cows are and horses. Yeah, have fun. Cows and horses and maybe a pig. Well, the kids love the box of junk. They always do. That never changes. So yeah, probably have taken about 1/4 of it so far. We'll see how empty we can get it before the end of the show. Although we're probably going to leave here pretty quickly tomorrow on Sunday so we can miss all the Illinois traffic around the south part of Lake Michigan. Yes, so it's the end of day 1 of the Reprap Fest. We ate some Arby's. Looks like some people are starting to pack up. I think the keg is being tapped soon.
Finished.
Whoa, it's a tentacle. It's like day of the tentacle.
Dun dun dun.
Are you gonna pull it off?
You get a spatula.
Spatula City! All right, let's see. How long did this take to print?
About 9 hours.
Oh, so you started this morning?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Not bad for the environment we're printing in today.
You mean the super sweaty environment?
The swamp-like environment.
Nice. Now, you made this yourself, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
And this is 2 years old, so it's had actually probably thousands of hours of printing on
What's the infill on this?
0. 3 outer shells, 0 infill.
Oh, so it's basically a vase.
Yeah.
Vase, obviously. See, it feels pretty solid.
Yeah, well that's the 3 outer shells. It's probably 2 millimeters thick, actually.
Awesome. So this is what Murph is all about. So earlier, my buddy Mike, oh there he is. We're looking for some PTFE tubing to fix his cubic zero. So I just wandered around talking to somebody, and I talked to John here, and I'm like, do you have any Bowden tubing? And he's like, yes, I have some spare. And then we started talking, and for some reason we decided to spend 2 hours resurrecting this.
Was it 2 hours or 3 hours? I think
it was
like
at least 2. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so he has this thing-o-matic here, and what do we have to do to fix it anyway? We had to like fix the nozzle and...
All that was really wrong with it was the ABS had blocked the heat break. So, but
then it was reassembling it because we kept doing it wrong.
Yeah.
And now it's printing like a camera cap?
It's a, the you know, when you pull a lens off a Nikon camera, if you want to plug it's like the dust cap. It's not the lens cap, it's the dust cap.
Wait, its speed is actually not too bad. So this would have been about 2010, 2011 for this printer?
2011 is when I got it.
Okay. No, the heat break was proud of the screw, then it wouldn't fit into the extruder. Now, anyway, also we were drinking some beers. Yeah, now it's working.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we made a great team, John. Yeah, that's effing teamwork. They're moving as fast as they can for chip load.
Right, and then all of a sudden it goes.
Well, that's the travel move.
Right.
Yeah, that's the maximum move of the speed.
Why are they doing that?
Watch Titan CNC.
Because why wouldn't they do that? Let's go get beer. Dun 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 dun.
Did you say you're gonna just leave early tomorrow? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, because if we get stuck around the south side of the lake, Michigan, around 3 to 6, it's going to be a parking lot. So yeah, I'll probably around noon. Yeah, so I was telling Mike, we just come in, cursory glance, park the car over there, pack up.
I'm gonna take one of these.
Yeah, we're all drunks in Wisconsin. Nice. Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
You earned it after fixing that printer.
Wait, you fixed my printer?
No, we both helped each other.
Oh, okay.
It was a group effort. Bill, what are we doing?
We're hauling the beer over to match our chicken wings.
That's the American way.
These are gonna be a little shaken up.
They folded at least?
Not these ones, but hopefully. Yeah, you have to dig. Okay. Oh, there's one more.
Okay. Nice. It's a freaking Terminator drone. It's coming to kill us. No.
That's like about 110 months.
It's fake Joseph Prusa again. You're not fooling anyone. You're not Joseph Prusa.
No, I'm better because I'm a merc.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do one more ride for family. Bleh. They set up a ton of tables in this building. The main capacity was probably about 50%, and then the tables past the 50% point, like where mine is pretty sparse, but still not too bad. I'm going out to my car now to get some warp speed, which I believe we still have more of. So I'm thinking like Edward Furlong goes to like a horror convention, has a picture of himself when he's 13, right, from Terminator 2. So I had a picture of myself when I was, I don't know, 17 or 18. Yeah, and here's my achievements. This is the only thing I've ever done is within this square. I'm going through the beer pretty quickly. This is the last 15 of Lake Louis. This is a 7.8 Scotch Ale. Oh crap. How do I carry this and that and my camera? Science? It's day 2 of Murph. The floor is actually less sweaty. There's still a killer robot on the loose. I guess you could say it's technically the third day because it's Sunday. Definitely a good number of people have left or not set back up. We probably are going to be leaving here before too long because, well, because Illinois. Everyone in Illinois escapes their state every weekend, and I don't blame them. They go to Wisconsin or Indiana. So on a Sunday afternoon, there are certain routes leading back to Illinois from Wisconsin and Indiana that you don't want to be on, otherwise it's a parking lot. So yeah, I'll probably do a loop around, see if there's anything I missed, and then we'll pack up. How does this work?
Magic.
Does it have, do you layer them together?
No, so you print, the bottom of the print is a full flat layer white.
Okay.
And then on top of that, he prints CMYK.
Basically,
So
so you get the shading from the depth and then the CMYK?
This is what the next layer looks like. The K is really white filament on top to bring out the black level.
Right.
And then you shine a light through it and you can see, like if you hold this up, the light.
So you color it and then you use the thickness of the material to create black, which is K and CMYK, like how much light comes through. And then by making it really bright, the difference becomes more, there's more contrast and therefore you have an image. If you look at like something like this, there isn't really much black. It's more like part of the image is brighter than the other.
Right. And the resolution comes from effectively dithering where you're overlapping pixels of different colors to bring up more resolution than you can get in a single nozzle way.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
So this apparently is some sort of like lenticular 3D imaging?
Yes, it's a, they call it a holographic display. So you have you have a 3D source image and you have to process it to generate multiple fields.
Oh, so you have to
fields.
interpolate the difference in the image.
Or if you have a computer generating it, you've got to it's called a looking glass portrait.
Looking glass portrait.
Yeah.
So with the computer, you could basically you'd CG render it.
Yes.
And all the possible angles are split up by the audio stereoscopic effect, which is done through lenticular lensing.
I think so. Yeah. No, I don't have it yet. I was hoping I would have it in time for this show, but
that would be maybe next year.
Yeah,
we'll have that.
$250
for the display.
For the display, and well, that's the Kickstarter price. It'll probably be more like $350.
And there's an LCD behind it.
Yeah.
So it has a high-resolution LCD that can approximate with enough resolution all the possible things that you might see.
Correct.
So it would have to have a very high resolution to do that.
Apparently, that's the one criticism. It's not as high a resolution as you would hope. But if you're 24 inches away from it, it's not bad. And it has a Raspberry Pi built into it, doing the rendering. And then you can also tether it to do more advanced stuff. Like if you have like a Intel RealSense camera, you could do 3-dimensional video conferencing.
And so I assume the slits are vertical because our eyes are side to side? Okay, cool.
Just like a regular, those old, things that used to come in cereal boxes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
lenticular stickers. I had those as a kid.
Well, I used to have a Nimslo camera, which, it was a 35mm camera with 4 lenses, and it took 2 frames of 35, and each frame was half, like a portrait mode.
Right.
So you had 4 portrait mode images, and then you would send the film out to Nimslo and pay a lot of money, and they would send you back the images on with the lenticular.
Oh, neat. Oh, so basically it took 1, 2, 3, 4 angles of the photo.
Exactly.
Neat.
And then they would, they had an optical combiner to process the prints. So I was thinking, oh great, I've got pictures of like people who are no longer with us and stuff that I was hoping to be able to process for this thing. And I had a bunch of the pictures. I ended up giving away all the good ones, to people.
Yep.
And so I was hoping, if I got the negatives, I can just process the negatives. And I looked through my stuff, I can't find the negatives. So, it's like,
lost the time.
Don't throw away your primary data sources is what it comes down to. So, yeah.
Completely 3D printed 3D printer. The super Reprap. Yeah, see, the good ones have the linear rails. Yeah. That was pretty nice. I don't know. There's so many companies now. Oh. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ah. Boba Fett. Okay, I haven't seen one like that, but that's good. You know, I don't actually. 3D printer people are more like Star Trek geeks, I think.
I know it's a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah. You know, they like the superior science fiction franchise. They like the other science fiction franchise that was ruined by J.J. Abrams, not the other one that was ruined by J.J. Abrams. You know, like when you do molds, you use a vacuum to suck out the air? Yep. Apparently this guy does the opposite. He puts the molds into a pressure chamber to make the bubbles as small as possible so you hopefully don't see them. Oh. Yeah, so this mold went into a pressure chamber off an air compressor. Really high resolution SLA printer, like a laser printer, and then the molds were cast. Yeah, pretty cool. Gee, maybe I'll swing back on my way out and get some.
Have you guys ever printed with it yet?
I have not. The most exotic I've done is nylon.
PETG is easy.
What is its major advantage?
It's stronger than PLA, a little more flexible though.
What temperature do you print it at?
Me, this one will print, we're about to fire this one up. I'm sorry, I just didn't get it. We're going to fire up a base on this one. I think I have it set at 230.
230? Okay.
235.
It's a little higher than ABS.
Yeah, I did that last night. It's
amazing.
Their PETG is very good. It's all recycled. That's what matters to me. Actually, up to my left, he shows you the bags. Plastic it gets recycled from.
These beads?
That's the end product. But to the right of that is that plastic chunk. Right next to the beads.
Oh, this happens. What a plastic trunk?
I have a. Looks like a bag.
You ever buy those?
Oh, this?
Yeah, plastic like that. And then they.
You mean like glassine bags?
Then it's PTG. And then they recycle it into the pure beads.
So this turns into that, turns into that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is the major source of PETG waste?
That's a rich question, Cora.
It's packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging? Okay. Is this the anti-spaghettification camera?
I have run that, but normally I use it for time lapse. This camera is a Sony IMX module.
Oh, so it's a good one.
Yeah, I can do 4K 30 with it.
Does the head lift up to let you take a frame and then go back down to continue working?
I could add that macro if I want. Right now, I've been mostly interested in even getting stuff to work. I'm on version 3 of this printer now.
So yeah, some of these cameras, if you have like Octoprint, they can use like AI, or it's probably not that fancy, but it can detect a bunch of. It basically can see a failed print and abort automatically. It's pretty cool. Where are you? Let's see. Maker's Mashed, Rob. That sounds like a type of barley.
Maker's
Mashup.
Maker's Mashup. Maker's Mashup.
So this is a bunch of aluminum extrusion, it looks like, along with linear rails, and then you've used 3D printing for the interlinks.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a nice solid machine, and you're printing a spaceship of some kind?
The Fab 365 turtle. There's a green turtle right there.
Nick, can you move it?
Oh, I see it. That is not a spaceship.
It articulates. Print in place.
Oh, neat.
Packet inspector of G-code.
Okay, your code goes through this before it gets to your printer?
Yeah.
Why?
Because then I can control neopixels at an independent level. I can control relays. I can control anything that I would want to do with G-code. So if I want to lower the print bed, turn on a large fan, cool the bed, shut the fan off.
And does it strip the unused commands that the printer can't use?
Yep.
Oh, neat. What you got? Don't tell Mel it's a teensy. Right?
Yep, runs on a TT41.
Oh, that's got a lot of horsepower.
Yep, and USB host mode. So it has everything to make it work really easy.
Oh yeah, because that has host and device.
Yeah.
Nice.
All open source. So we got I'll be doing a video on it here in a couple of weeks.
Cable root.
Yep. Like root
access with a cable.
Can you put Linux on a Teensy 4? Does it not have protected memory mode?
Not that I know of. I couldn't even find RTOS for it, so I was a little.
You couldn't? What, you couldn't?
Yeah, it's like still in development for the 4.1. I think they got it for the 3.5.
RTOS for like a gumball machine.
I know, that's what I went to go look for. I can get it for my ESP8266, but I can't get it for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, well, really, that's hard to believe. I mean, it's just a free scale.
It's,
I mean,
it's just
a
not in.
microcontroller.
It's just all in beta because the 4.1's relatively new.
It's awesome. That's
Here,
fun.
attack this skeleton.
Okay, all right.
I'm already dead.
What was this printed on?
I guess it's for sale. At the end of the day, it'll be like $1. Oh, there's a resin printer. They print upside down, so the thing sticks to that and it rises out of the juice. Some of them do, because basically it's about 50-50. Obviously, if they tilt, it requires another motor, so not all of them have it. Wow, it's the whole thing.
Well, close.
Does it actually shift?
It does when it's working right. It's all gummed up right now. I don't know.
It's filled with humidity.
It probably is, but at least the motor is running.
Oh, wow. Neat.
Got the lifters and everything.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
And then you can take a few of the parts off on it, so you can show the valves, how they lift on it. Different valves. Obviously the cylinders going up and down, and my favorite part is to turn it over, take the oil pan off.
Oh, cool.
That is really neat.
Yeah.
And so basically you're driving it with what would be the starter motor?
Exactly,
All right.
which is kind of funny on it because the starter motor is here anyways. Well, it's an electric motor that not too far off from what a starter motor would look like.
The flywheel.
Yep.
Oh, so is this the air conditioner compressor?
I think that's the alternator on it.
Okay.
I think.
That's awesome. And cool. The fact that it moves.
Oh yeah.
So,
absolutely.
If it's not gummed up, can you actually change the speed of what comes on the output shaft here?
Yeah,
with the...
yeah. So the shifter not only shifts, but it actually truly does put it in different speeds.
Does it go in reverse?
It does.
Oh my God,
it does.
Awesome.
Yeah. So when it's working right, again, it just...
So you've got all those herringbone gears in there, just like a real transmission?
Yep, exactly.
What does this do?
So that's your high-low. So this is that of a Toyota pickup truck holder.
Okay.
So that was your high-low, and it actually changes the speed.
Oh, so there's one final gearing
yeah,
here.
Yeah. And then this actually, if you have room, it actually hooks up to the
to an axle.
To the axle,
and there's a differential in here.
And there's a differential in there.
Oh my God! Did you design all this?
I did not. I'm not that smart.
Where did it come from?
Thingiverse. You can find it on Thingiverse.
Oh my God!
Yeah. So if you grab one of those rear wheels, see the other
it's a
one
limited slip differential. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a little bit fun.
Is there a clutch?
There's no clutch in it. That's the one thing that is not.
Oh, okay.
That clutch would be in there.
Well, I'm not impressed anymore.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That happens.
Oh yeah, because you'd have to have the clutch engaged the entire time,
exactly.
right? All right.
Exactly. So.
Oh, looks like Maker Gear showed up. I think at the last minute, just today. I think they're in Ohio, so yeah. You guys just came today, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sir.
Is that the newest printer?
The M3IP Rev. Is this the Rev? Is this
oh, yeah, so it's got the dual linear rails? Yeah. Cool. What's that little guy?
This was a pet project. It's a 3D printed printer that we decided to try and see if we can print the printer using...
it's a 3D printed printer?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, and it all fits within this bag?
Yeah.
Nice. That's cute.
I think it was 2 prints, 3 prints.
Are the files online? Can someone reproduce it?
I'm not sure yet. I think that was the idea, is to actually put the G-code or the model online.
Okay.
Slicing.
That's cute. Awesome. I'll try to look that up. This is a big thing people do. They make super Nerf guns with 3D printers or enhance them. How much is it?
They vary by model.
This is the new one? Oh yeah, I see the gears on top. We got some new Lulz bots slots here. They look different than the old ones because they are not like rectangular boxes, I guess would be a good way to put it. Oh, your Z-axis is belt-driven? That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't have Z-wobble or anything like that, so if you get a bent lead screw, it's a non-issue. We have a lot of humidity here at Murph this year.
What?
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
It's been pretty cool that we're running on our Delrin V wheels and belts. So as far as a lot of metal components and cheaper rods or stuff that could flash rust, we don't have to deal with any of that. I think that's let us print through the show and make some pretty cool stuff. We've got a lot of different tool head options. We're actually doing a full bed swap and tool head swap over here, and we've been able to do that in maybe 15 minutes. Completely switch this machine over to print something else, and that's fun.
Does it come with a BL Touch standard?
It does.
Nice.
The BL Touch is standard on it, and it's separate to the tool head. So if you swap tool heads, you don't have to mess with any of the wiring for your BL Touch.
And if you swap tool heads, how do you ensure that the nozzles are the same height from the plates?
Yeah, so on that, almost all of our tool heads are actually XYZ located in the same location.
Okay.
Every time you do a tool head swap, you should still look at your first layer and make sure that the Z offset is good to go. But yeah, that'd be probably the best after you do a tool head change.
Nice.
Yeah, make beds, glass beds, tool heads. It all folds up in on itself, which is kind of neat. I'll show. So.
Now, what's this model called? The Sidekick?
Yep, the Taz Sidekick.
Taz Sidekick, got it.
So you can pull these pins.
Power supply?
And you can control box actually. Our power supplies were
underneath. 24 volt.
Yep.
Oh, so you can fold it up and make it more compact for travel.
Just kind of like a.
This is like what starts at 1,000-ish.
So $795.
Is it made in America?
It's made in America.
Well, that's good.
All the parts, harnesses and stuff we're doing in Fargo. Motherboards, GLCDs are coming out of Tennessee. Any sort of metal work is coming out of Jamestown, North Dakota.
Oh, so you don't have to deal with all of the backlog in customs during these unprecedented times.
We've been pretty fortunate in that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, keep it local. Awesome. Yeah, I had a Delta once. I didn't have the best luck with it. I actually donated it to a hackerspace. But I mean, they're definitely very cool. I mean, I think Rollsbot is a good brand. I mean, that would probably be a good solid choice.
I think he said they start out around $750 to about $1,500 for those.
Yeah, it's for sale, $300.
Oh, there you go.
Needs arms, hot ed, LCD. Oh, it's kind of missing some things.
If you were everything you wish to know about miniature pottery wheels.
But what are these things for?
They are miniature pottery wheels.
So if you have like a tiny Demi Moore?
People are doing like dollhouse furniture, like pitchers and cups the size of your pinky nail.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of potters have their stuff out in like a yard barn, and when it snows, because we live here, they have to do something inside. So this is the model I've been making and selling, and it is tedious and fiddly and miserable to assemble them. So.
Well, I hope you charge a lot then.
Enough. Well, not enough that I am happy to do it, but this is the new prototype, which is all modular and something I can assemble without, tweezers like a ship in a bottle.
Where's the speed controller?
The speed controller is this guy, but it's a potentiometer that I don't have located yet. Plugs into that header though. So yeah.
We thought there were scales at first. And are you using a motor piston?
That's the intake valve from a Chevy LS engine, yeah.
Oh my God.
They're cupped, so I have to put epoxy in them and then face them on the lathe.
Oh my God, man! Wow, how much do you charge for these? I hope a lot.
About $300.
Okay, that sounds good. I was gonna say that's a lot of work. One of those persistence of vision displays, but the camera has a rolling shutter, unlike my greasy human eyeballs. Yeah, so I would say we lost about a third of this box. That's not bad.
I was gonna say, I know how you can lose the other 2/3.
No, I'm gonna save it for the next show. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans, penny a point, and no one keeping score. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning. It's a killer robot. Take that, Hugh Jackman. All right, why do I need your glue?
Well, glue is a multi-purpose glue. So
glue?
A lot of makers and hobbyists have trouble gluing their prints together.
Yeah, I use super glue. What am I doing wrong?
You want to give it a tug?
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so you can use Gloop to glue basically anything 3D printed together.
Gloop put this chair together?
Said it did. 105 unique puzzle pieces.
Oh, I believe you. I was just, I wanted to sound like a infomercial.
Okay.
So this is the proverbial sword in the stone, right?
Yep.
Right. You know, some historians think the sword in the stone was a metaphor for carbonizing steel. So the real sword in the stone was the superiority of how you made your weapons, not necessarily a water retard distributing swords. Yeah, so I do a lot of PLA. What would I need?
Yeah, so we have our PLA glue. It comes in a brush top, multiple different sizes, or we have a gel version.
What's
more
the
details?
What's the viscosity like?
Yeah,
like
so
rubber cement?
It's pretty thin, pretty liquidy.
Like my hair.
I can open it up for you.
I don't know, these bottles look pretty heavy. You sure you want to load these all back in your car?
Yeah,
Maybe
right?
can take a few off your hands.
So you can see it's kind of liquidy.
Oh yeah, I would say that's more liquidy than rubber
more.
cement.
Yeah.
So you just coat both halves or just one?
We recommend both halves.
Okay, so like rubber cement.
Exactly,
Yeah.
both halves, and then you just push it together. In about 2 minutes, you get a strong tack, so you can kind of move it around, set it down, and just wait.
So I'm assuming the advantage is that it actually permeates the cracks and creates basically creates an interface layer of the difference between the pieces.
Correct. Yeah. So how it works is that it's a solvent-borne adhesive. So we have a solvent carrier and an elastomeric monomer. So that elastomeric monomer basically
that would create the bridge between the two pieces.
Correct.
Yep.
Exactly. So and that cross-links with the functional groups of the base polymers. So what you find is that when you glue our parts together with our adhesive, that the bond itself is stronger than the substrate.
Oh, kind of like wood glue.
Exactly. So we have tons of prints over here, as you can see, they just explode because the substrate is far weaker.
Yeah, same thing with broken bones.
Yeah.
The broken part is stronger than the rest of your bone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so this we actually hooked up to a car and we pulled a car with it. 900 pounds it took to break that. And the bond.
It broke. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, the print broke, not the bond.
The print broke. The bond is still there.
So this is like those super glue commercials where they had like a safe dangling above an old woman's head.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'll try. I'd like to buy a bottle. Giant tug of war, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna have 3 people on each side, and we did this last Murph, and we got up to like 600 pounds of force.
Do you have a strain gauge on it?
Yeah, we got a strain gauge on it. It runs right over here. We'll have someone hold it.
Wow, you are all ready.
Yeah.
Man, I've been huffing some glue. Oh, wait, you want to shake my hand? All right, man. How's it going? I'm Ben Heck.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is your first Murph, huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry, man. The glue, man.
He's been huffing too many fumes.
Were you going to come last year? Or this is your first year no matter what?
First year, and I'm definitely coming back. I like it. It's a lot of fun.
2 years ago, man, it was like 2,000 people. It was so crazy, man. So this room should hold that many people next year when everyone else comes.
I look forward to it.
Well, bud, I'm back from Murph. Did you miss me? Hello?